So today, yes, we will be discussing about one of the most important event which happens in the Indian constitution or in the Indian stock market is mostly inclined for the pros or cons of this event, which is nothing but the full term budget which happened yesterday, right? The budget 2024. So today what we will look at it is we will be looking in all the areas of where there has been significant focus has been and what has been the impact on other areas, and being the investors and the traders, what kind of an impact is going to happen for us, right? Be it on the taxation angle, be it on the capital gains, right? Be it on the real estate wise, right? Yes. So one immediate thing where everyone as a summarized point will be looking at it is, yes, investors and traders are not very happy because of the increase in both short term capital gains and long term capital gains, right? Yeah, there is an increase, but yes, instead of debating on a political angle or instead of debating on these things, right, let's accept it and focus on where there has been growth or where there is going to be sectoral improvement. And even on the real estate wise, right, the indexation has been removed, and that is a positive sign for the stock market, right? Because there will be more funds flow coming into the equity market than on the real estate, right? Than on the real estate. So without any further ado, let us quickly jump in and let's look at the 2024 budget impact, right? Budget impact. So we will cover all areas where the budgetary discussion has happened, right? The budgetary discussion has happened. So first of all, yes, we had Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, right? Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. There, the target was for more than 3 crores houses to be built. And this thing will have an impact for all the housing finance companies and even on the banking related, because on the project loans, right, banks will be benefited, and even on the housing companies as well. And the sectors which are indirectly related to it, be it like cement, steel, or construction related, will be benefited, right? On the housing finance related also, your NCC, right, your HUDCO will be the beneficiaries of this. Second, we had Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, right, wherein the objective of connecting 25,000 villages, right? So the impact would be positive for infrastructure and construction related companies, right? Construction related companies. Then we have PM Surya Gar Muft Bijli, right? So 1.2 crore plus applications, right? 14 lakhs are processed. So the positive impact would be for companies in the solar panel value chain, right? So all the solar related companies would be a beneficiary of this, right? Would be a beneficiary. Fourth, defense, railways, and fertilizers, right? Defense, railways, and fertilizers, which has been a very important discussion theme, right? Before the budget, very recently, and even fertilizers also couple of days before, right? In the last couple of sessions has advanced. But unfortunately, yes, we did not see more significant announcements on that. So defense and railways being a very important segment in the growth of Indian economy, right? So we need not worry too much, just that fresh positions should not be initiated, and even your current positions can be continued, can be, we can have some profit booking, right? And if any reversal happens, then we can slowly come out of it. But we did not see much significant announcements on this segment, right? Fifth, themes. If you look at the main theme, yes, employment, skilling, and MSME. micro, small, and medium enterprises wise, right? So the focus on employment has been there in the budget. So some of the benefited companies would be something like Team Lease or even CE Infosystems, right? CE Infosystems. And the sixth, water supply, sewage treatment and recycling. Yes, there has been a very good focus on the water supply related and huge grants for water recycling and sewage treatment we have seen as a government initiative. And that has been a positive move for even companies like Jesh, Wabag, Ion Exchange, right? Even Anthony Waste. We have seen a great movement there. Shrimp industry, yes, we have seen the target on the exports related to around 1 lakh crores. And the benefited companies here would be Geel, Avanti Feeds, Coastal Corporation, Kings Infra Ventures, Waterbase, right? Apex Frozen Foods can be the beneficiaries in the shrimp industry. And digitization of records, right? So always the dematerialization has been the prime focus of the government, even in the second term of Mr. Modi ji, right? It has been, and now the government initiative on e-governance solutions and GIS mapping of urban lands, right? The documents also being dematerialized or digitization would be benefiting certain companies like Protein, Genesis, Map My India, or even CDSL, right? Central Depository Services Limited. And the ninth factor, every year, right? Almost many years, we have seen tax hikes on tobacco, right? But yes, this year we did not see any tax hike there. And that's the reason even ITC has been positive yesterday. And one of the benefited company here is on the ITC related. Gold, right? If you look at gold, yes, gold, we have seen a reduction of import duty, right? It has decreased from 10 percentage to 6.5 percentage, right? When the import duty has been reduced, maybe on the gold, domestic gold wise, we can see a small um, decrease in the value. So that's why gold as a asset class, right? The physical gold prices wise, we have seen a decrease, but the positive impact would be on the gold sales and companies, right? The gold related companies. So if you look at Titan, Senco Gold, Kalyan Jewelers, right, have seen a benefit. And yesterday also on the budget day, we have seen a very good price move there. And the coming days also, with this reduction in import duty, gold companies will be the beneficiaries, right? Will be the beneficiaries. And even this has been implemented for platinum as well. 11th, real estate, right? So the long-term capital gains for real estate decreased from 20 percentage to 12.5 percentage, and the indexation benefit is removed, right? So over the years, real estate as a segment has been the major investment vehicle for many members, right? The entire population of India, the major segment investment has been into real estate. And now, with the removal of indexation benefit, right? With the removal of indexation benefit, definitely it would have an impact. And the reduction in the real estate focus would be very high. So it's a negative impact for the real estate stocks or even on the REIT investments, right? Real estate investment trust. And a positive fact would be those funds will be coming into the Indian equity market, be it into mutual funds, be it into stocks related also, right? Yesterday, we had a huge gap down also, right? We had a group, we had a huge gap down in the equity in the equity market, the Nifty 50 wise. The main reason being the capital gains related. And again, we have seen a very significant movement back. And yesterday, the market has closed flat. The main reason being there is abundant of liquidity in the market, right? There is huge piles of cash with mutual fund companies, right? So that liquidity is maintaining the market to move. And as long as the liquidity is there, I do not foresee a huge correction in the market. And with this move of indexation benefit removing for the real estate companies, will see further flows coming into the equity market, right? Coming into the equity market. Yeah, it may be a negative outlook for the real estate stocks and the REIT investments, but it's a positive move for the stock market. And lastly, one of the very, very important fact on the tax rates, right? On the tax rates. Yes, as a stock market investors, right? On a short term capital gains, right? On the short term capital gains, there has been a revision in rates. The previous rates, which was 15 percentage, is now revised to 20 percentage, right? The short term capital gains is revised to 20 percentage, and the long term capital gains, which was 10 percentage previously, now it is 12.5 percentage, right? Yeah, significantly both on long term and short term, there has been an increase in the capital gains, right? And the long term capital gains exemption, right? Earlier, it was 1 lakh is the limit. Now the exemption limit is increased, right? Slightly by around 1.25 lakhs is the exemption limit now, right? Is the exemption limit. And if you look at the pre-budget versus post-budget related, short-term capital gains from 15 to 20 percentage, it has moved. Long-term capital gains 10 to 12.5 percentage, and the tax exemption on long-term capital gains up to 1 lakh, and from now onwards, it is 1.25 lakhs. And even yes, on the derivative wise, right? On the derivatives also, we have seen a huge burden on the investors and traders because the securities transaction tax has increased. On futures, it was 0.0125 percentage. Now it has increased to 0.02 percentage. Similarly, on options, earlier it was 0.0625 percentage. Now it has increased to 0.1 percentage, right? 0.1 percentage. And if you look at it carefully, that's why, right? That's why the technical analysis or the charts reading tells us a lot of information. Now you would be aware in the last couple of days, even if you look at in the last 1 month or even in the last 1.5 months, we have seen some gold jewelry related companies picking up very good, right? Be it like your Kalyan Jewelers, your Senko Gold, your Tangmail Jewelers, right? And the reason, yes, we have seen on the import duty reduction yesterday, right? There has been some insider information. Similarly, we have seen some exits also in the last one week, 2 weeks before. Maybe there was some insider information related to the short-term capital gains related, right? Short-term capital gains related. So that's why charts will tell us a lot of information much in advance, right? Lot of information much in advance, right? So now, in order to summarize everything in a nutshell, right? So instead of worrying about or debating about or having a political discussion on about the rates increase and all that, I always have an opinion. Instead of worrying on the taxation angle, right? Instead of worrying on the taxation part, on the outflow related, which is not in your control, look at the investments where you can materialize on the returns wise, right? On the returns wise, and focus on the segments, the sectors where we can make money, right? Where we can make money. On the railways and even on the defense wise, there has been no huge announcements on that. Let's see how market moves, and we need not be completely bearish on these sectors because still there is a lot of momentum or the progress which will be happening there, right? Which will be happening there. And even on the stock market, there has been an announcement by Mr. Narendra Modi during his oath taking, right? Within the 120 days of his term, there'll be huge announcements and there'll be huge sectoral benefits he has announced, right? So still we have just been in 30 days, still there is room, right? Let's see what's happening, and that will definitely be a booster for the Indian stock market, right? For the Indian stock market. So one thing I wanted you to take home is, do not worry on the taxation angle. The taxes have increased on the short-term capital gains, long-term capital gains increase, right? Focus on your investments, realign your sectoral focus, realign on your portfolio wise, be positive, affirm positive, right? So this is not something which will literally change the entire game of stock market overnight, right? Yeah, do not have any negative thoughts, right? Be always positive, and there's a lot of room for the Indian stock market to grow.